How's it going? Been a couple of weeks, so we'll do another garden walk around clip. We'll start up here this time. These are our bell chillies, or Bishop's crown chillies. I actually have a whole heap to pick on here. Last year we lost virtually all of them to fruit flies, so I'm going to come around in a little while soon and harvest those guys all off. Down here we have our little orange Belgian ones. These guys here in this tub had a big feed of liquid fertilizer about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then they had some seaweed emulsion last week, and yeah, they just perked right up. Pepino got trimmed right back. It gets little mite attacks on these growth tips, so I trimmed them right off, and then yeah, it seems to bounce back fairly well. It's very bushy and thick down in there, so there looks like there may be some more infesting those tips. I might come back and just nip them off. The wet pot garden here is going fantastic. The purple flesh sweet potato has just gone burko. And Mayer's mint is starting to feel the effects of some of the hot weather we've had. But all the rest of the asparagus has really started to take off, and we're getting little lettuces pop up everywhere. I sieved some lettuce seed upstairs, and it's just sort of sprouting everywhere in these gardens. The fig's doing well. I thought this one was actually blown by fruit fly, but it appears to be alright. And we have another one there that's fine. So very happy with that. And this dwarf mulberry is doing alright as well. Down here we have some lemongrass. Some of these are going to be gifted. We've got little baby lettuces popping up in them. And these 3 here, they're actually wing beans. I'm trying to grow some subtropical or tropical beans. They're native to New Guinea. So hopefully they'll be going on the big trellis down the back there. Just thought I'd show you this. Harvested our first cacao. It's just sitting out here. It's getting a bit of morning sun, just drying it out a bit. And yeah, we'll be chopping him in half soon and scooping out the seeds and putting them in the dehydrator. See how we go. Up here in the top garden, we have pulled the zucchini that was here, and I know I shouldn't have done this, but I have. I've planted another zucchini in its place. This is a round variety I got at an Annette McFarlane talk she did at a library, so hopefully that one will come in as the others are all dying off now. These marigolds are going spectacular. Down there we have a little loofah, angled loofah. These are the loofahs that you use to scrub yourself in the shower, but when you get them juvenile, probably about half a foot or 150 mil long, they actually make a great zucchini substitution apparently. So this bed here, this zucchini is still going. It's got another bout of powdery mildew. I've been feeling a bit off lately, so I haven't been down to look after it, but it's got a nice great big zucchini down there. Made up a whole heap of zucchini chips the other day. They were rather impressive. Muggsy Jeff, these are your, have to turn the camera, these are your brown seeded snake beans if you're watching. They're phenomenal. Our normal snake beans, the black seeded ones, only grow about half the size of these guys. So these snake beans actually have to come off today. I've got a few of them. But looking at that, you could probably say 3 of these would be nearly a meal or a side for a dish. So rather impressed with how fast these guys have come on. They just need a bit of a feed, I think. I harvested the potatoes. Massive yield in there, so I'm actually going to do a clip about that one. I took out a couple of tomatillos. They just got so heavily attacked by the 3-striped potato beetle that yeah, I just pulled the whole plants out. I thought I could save them, but I couldn't. There's one left in there, and I've been going around daily and squishing all the little larvae on there. I put a couple of perpetual spinach in there where one potato bag was taken, and an undumplet eggplant seedling in there. So these mini Lee watermelons look like they're doing alright. Pineapples, this one's looking rather nice. I dare say we'll be having him Christmas Day. The other one's going alright. Over here the cacao, you saw I've harvested one. The other one there I'd say is ready fairly soon. This one's decided to throw off another one. This one here I thought he had taken, but yeah, he's just starting to rot now. And I have another one on this one here that I think took the other day. Actually had to use a baby bear pumpkin male flower to pollinate that one. Some grasshopper. There's chook food now. Over here, the turmeric's going well. These carrots are bouncing back after a bit of a powdery mildew outbreak. Lemongrass is going fantastic. And these are the sweet potato. I did a bit of a film on these this morning. I was going to leave the grubs, and that's the reason I'm doing the clip actually. I went in to grab the camera. I was going to do leave the grubs and see what they turn into. Don't know if you can hear that chirp in the background. Chirp bird. Well, anyway, we have a little sacred kingfisher, and we saw him fly down here twice. That's his noise there, if you can hear it. There we go. He flew down here twice, and I have a feeling he actually took the grubs off here, so that's nature for you. This garden in here is doing phenomenally well. This basil's just turned into a hedge. We've got capsicums or peppers, sweet peppers forming everywhere in here on these plants. Some nice big ones down the bottom there. And knock on wood, no fruit fly as of yet. We've had a couple of chillies ripen up in here. A bit hard for you to see. These are an unknown variety of chilli. We were walking past a stall as they were packing up at the Ipswich markets. There's a better one to have a look at. And yeah, a gentleman just came out and passed me a chilli and said we looked like we needed a chilli plant, so that's how we got that one. These tomatillos are doing alright. We're getting some large capes form all over them. The lettuce is being fed to the fish and the chickens. The capsicums are doing well. Sean, your chillies down the end there are doing alright as well. And Lincoln's tomatillos, that tomato looks like it's dehydrated, but it's not. We filled him up this morning, and the long purple eggplant over there, we've actually taken a few fruit off him, so pretty pleased with him. So it's sort of turned into a bit of a jungle in here, as you can tell, but I like it. Masses of strawberries on at the moment. I'm really happy with that, so we're going to come down later and harvest them. The galangal I planted out is all taken, so happy with that. Aquaponics is doing alright, actually getting rid of that capsicum, had enough of him. Too many fruit flies. As you can see, more infected fruit I've got to get rid of. Over here the ginger shot, the turmeric shot, and these galangal are producing some beautiful flowers. So they're not spectacular, but if you come in and you have a close look, they are very beautiful, like little orchids. So it smells very sweet. So we've got flowers all over here. There's flowers there, over the back in there. So most impressed with that. This galangal's done really well this year. Double yield cucumbers. Well, they are definitely yielding. We're taking one off every second day and sometimes 2 or 3. So very impressed with this. There's little cucumbers everywhere. We are having a bit of a mildew problem, as you can see. I have sprayed some of these and they're the dead spots, and then there's other ones that are definitely infected again, so I'll have to come down and spray these guys again. Oh, chookies! I got a grasshopper. Yep, there you go. So the warrigal greens is actually sending up little branches, so I think this one might survive. Thai basil, the okra. We've got enough okra in the fridge to do a another veggie stir fry, so we might be having that tonight. Down here, the yacon or ground apple, it's just gone crazy. So is Bianca's comfrey over there. Down in here, I planted 7 rows of the heirloom or heritage mixed carrots. So they're white, red, orange, purple, and yellow carrots. So they've all started to shoot, and unfortunately, so with the grass seed from the horse manure I dug through here. So you get that. These zucchinis, I think they're coming to their end. They've got one large one on this one, and there's no fruit on that one, so they've just stopped giving out female flowers, that one. And this one here, we're just letting that grow big, so we've got 2 last zucchinis to process up in the house. This other okra here has really started to produce as well. The pumpkin, the baby bear pumpkins, well, I think these vines are pretty much all done for. They don't seem to be producing much new growth at the ends of the tips. The old leaves are all dying back, but the fruit looks like it's ripening up nicely. But I'm not going to pull them yet. What I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to give this bed a nice big sea salt and molasses feeding, and I'm actually going to also feed this with some other liquid fertilizer, probably worm cast tea or something like that, mainly because I think these vines have got at least another flush left in them. I'd say they're just pumping all their nutrients into these fruit that are on here already. The sweet potato that's growing in here looks like it's doing fine, so does this okra, so yeah, I think I'll give these pumpkins one more last chance. Over here, this galangal here isn't as old as the ones in the other bed, but it's also putting out some flowers, so that's rather surprising. We've got some turmeric here. This galangal I planted back in after the last galangal harvest clip. Just pull a weed. It's decided to take off. This turmeric here is taken off, and the ginger in the middle is looking rather stunted. So I'd say it's the turmeric there, but there's some ginger in here, so yes. All in all, I'm fairly happy. Well, that's pretty much all it. I've prattled on long enough again. I'll try and edit it down to 1 to 12 minutes. Yeah, any comments, questions, suggestions, put it in the comments section below and I'll get back to you. The next update will probably be an aquaponic one. I want to clean out the bed on top of the sump tank and want to get some bits and pieces in there, and I really want to boost our leafy green production at the moment. Most of our lettuce has gone to seed. So I suppose that's pretty much all it. I'll stop the prattling. Have a good one, take it easy, and catch you later.